following is a presentation of MRE UNO, Division 2. And welcome to the finally the first stream of the MRE UNO season across the league, and the first in D2 today, as it is the first of 3 games we're going to see here in the round of 64 of 2025 February Flurry, as the 2 seed in the Arctic region, Sky, takes on the 15 seed Puzzledan. Happy to be with you today. And let's take a look at what we are going to see across the division today. Unfortunately, this morning, we were supposed to have a play-in between Lucas and Mabel in this region, but that is being rescheduled. We are working that out behind the scenes, hoping to get that in very soon. Sky and Puzzledan on the way. And then at 5:30, we will have Pox and Bob Ross in a Dashing Region 8-9 matchup. Should be an exciting one as well. And then, of course, we have the bobsled region play-in game between Scars and Tara. The winner gets the 1 seed in that bracket. Of course, I don't have the challenge up. Very professional. It will play Amazing Pikachu in the next round. Of course, whenever we get Lucas and Mabel playing, they will be playing for the right to play top overall seed White Spider. Let's take a look at the Arctic region. Sky and Puzzledan coming up. They are going to be playing for the right to take on 7 seed Nathan, who advanced in quite a tumultuous match last night against Cody Goforth. Cody Goforth still looking for his first career win. 7 tries now overall. Went 0-4 last year and starts once again 0-1. Cody Goforth still looking for that first win. Very elusive. And Emmy and me will be playing Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock, the 3:14 matchup. And then we are still working on a time to play between Prince and Ridley, 6 versus 11 in the Arctic. With that out of the way, let's join the table. And I am happy to report we got Tapir here making his commentary debut for the league. He'll make his D1 debut tomorrow night. We will be there. We'll talk a little bit about the D1 schedule a little bit later. March Madness kicks off tomorrow with a 6-pack, but we got a 3-pack here today in D2. Yoshi's going to be our ref, of course. We got our players, Sky and Puzzledan here. Going to toss it over to Tapir first. Tapir, good to have you with us. First time commentating in the league this year. Just give me your thoughts overall about being part of the commentary team and joining us today, and talk to us a little bit about this matchup between Sky and Puzzledan. Sky, a returner, made it to the LCQ semifinals in bracket B, and then Puzzledan, a newcomer this year.
Hey, glad to be here. Thank you, Not Short. Hello, gang. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm expecting a pretty good matchup today. Number 2 versus number 15. And I don't know too much about Puzzledan, but I know Sky from UUL and everything. Pretty solid player. We'll see what happens. Yeah, let's get it.
All right, we'll talk to the players here real quickly. Sky, we'll start with you. Type or talk, whatever you prefer. You were 2 wins away from making the D2 chip last year. Now here you are coming in as a 2 seed. What are your thoughts on the upcoming season? And are you going to start building that platform here today in this opening round match? Let me know. And for Puzzledan, let me know if you need me to repeat. I'll type it out, but I'll speak it first. we've seen you a lot in all the league events, and you're finally getting your shot in a real match. Just talk to me about getting to play your first career match here in MRE UNO, and thoughts on Sky as well as a matchup as the 15 seed looking to try and make an upset. Get my revenge for losing so short. Champion. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so back to Sky as well. Talk about what she did last year. If I just pull up my notes here. 3-4 on the year, 15 and 19 will not go out easy, they say. 3-4, 15 and 19 in the regular season, and then in the LCQ came in as a 6 seed. In bracket B, beat Prince and Rana in 7, and then lost to Rune in 7. And then Rune would go on to lose in 7 to Pikachu, the 1 seed in the bobsled region. This tournament, Pikachu, of course, made the D2 championship through the LCQ along with Jenna, who was promoted based on her performance. Puzzledan, just excited to just get started. Sky is going to be a challenge, but that's what I need to start things off. I'm just going to play Uno, and we'll see what happens. That's about what it is. It's kind of a feeler to start us off. A returner versus a rookie. Yoshi's our ref. Yoshi, you can start setting her up. And we are about to get the first stream match of the season underway. Oh, I forgot to close that. That's my bad. Thought I did. Anyway. Best of 7, 1 power play. MCSR are the rules here this afternoon. They both set it up. And now Yoshi with those famous words, of course. Go
Yes,
ahead.
Sky, how many cards for game 1?
Gonna go with crazy 8s, yeah. Gonna pump out 8 cards to each of them. Here we go. And we are off and running with the green 3 to start us off. And the first stream match is underway. We, of course, will have a 6-pack in D1 tomorrow. We'll have 5 consecutive stream matches, starting with a non-stream. We'll talk about that schedule a little later on. And, of course, we'll have our stream here in D2 coming up at 5:30 with Pox and Bob Ross. Should be an exciting 8-9 game. And they will play either Aiden Smith or Atomic in the next round. You gotta
Okay,
put a
so,
P. You gotta put a P after.
yeah.
You gotta put a P before each one. Yeah. There we go. So Sky starting off firing here to appear very interesting. Cuts her cards in half, but see how Puzzledan responds. He's just gonna play it cool, a couple down to 4.
Looks like Sky wanted out of that green right quick. See where that goes.
Yeah, and then some. We'll see if Puzzledan. Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh. Wasting no time whatsoever.
Wow. So the +4 combo puts Sky down to 1 very quickly. See what Puzzledan can do in response here. Just gonna play it cool to the top floor. And Sky doesn't have the red to finish. Interesting move there to +4 into red, and now they're backed into a corner. Let's see if how much more Puzzledan can do with red, and he can continue to play it cool.
You gotta wonder, is Puzzledan just gonna run these reds up?
Yeah, can he run the reds out? There's a ditto there. He's still at 8 though. He did get +4, so still got a little ways to go before he can catch up to Sky. But there's Sky with a 1 on the top deck. Continues to run it down.
Both players run out now. There's a
Sky
color
finds a
change.
switch to blue.
Quite interesting because
Oh. Returns the +4.
ooh,
Into green now.
ooh.
Puzzledan still behind by 1. A triple play would put him in front. Yeah, the skip, and that's the tie for the lead. There you go. On the 6, and Puzzledan with the PA lead now. Just by the 1 card. And Sky immediately goes for the yellow switch.
First appearance of yellow we've seen this match.
Yep. And that would be green, blue, red. Yeah, that is Pandora's right there as well. And now back and forth they go on the yellow. Oh, now you're ready, are you?
Funny how those two messages were put together.
Have some zero sugar. Just chug my monster. Oh my lord. But hey, fair enough. I'm not judging you.
Yeah, perfect time for some zero sugar
Yeah.
right after work.
I just cracked open a cherry Coke, man. We're chilling. And from the basement to the top floor, Puzzledan. Sky with no answer that the last time out. Still no answer on the yellow. And now Puzzledan runs dry, so we're looking at Draw City. Puzzledan up by 3 cards. And Puzzledan top decks an 8. What, down 1. And Sky again finds the switch into green. 5 times in this game 1, Sky has made the switch. Ooh. Yeah, we're not on yellow anymore.
This whips out a +4.
So, green one. Okay.
Oh, okay, all right.
The question is, was that yellow one a farce or not? Find out in due time, I suppose. Sky with the 5. Puzzledan, does he have it? Yes, he does. Puzzledan gets on the board first.
On a ditto. Look at that.
On a ditto as well. Yeah. Yeah, wrong color there a little bit. Puzzledan, talk me through that final sequence there. Thoughts, what was going through your head when you found your way to the green, and thoughts on getting the first win over a veteran in this league. Highly rated one as well. Yeah, I could have choose yellow. It's just the wrong color, basically, but it's it was a slow psych wrong color instead of a immediate one. Glad there wasn't a change to yellow, yeah. Sky, you really were dominating in the color changing department there. Do you think that's the kind of strategy you're going to try and stick to, or do you think you're going to try and be a bit more conservative with that, knowing how the game turned out for you? Glad I'm not getting swept. Yeah. Well, anything's possible. You're up 1-0. Going up 1-0 can give you pretty good odds in a best of 7 series. So. Switching up the gameplay. So was that more of a different strat for you, or are you gonna make some adjustments here from what you were doing? I'm just making myself clear. Same time though, a bit different from what I know. Okay, all right. So we'll see how it plays out then. It's appear interesting to see many more switchers from Sky. Definitely seems to be trying some different things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll have to. We'll see what if they continue with it, or they maybe make some other adjustments. We'll see. Interesting. Anyway, to Yoshi for game 2.
It's game 2. Everything's on the table. How many cards?
We're gonna go a few up to 12. Next multiple of 4 from 8. And there we go. A green 7 this time. Another green. Got to set my status. This guy's gonna go for the 3. Playing it cooler this time after the explosive start at the top of game 1. Puzzledan goes down 1.
You have to notice this is already different from what Sky was doing first, switching off that green into blue.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like Sky's doing a little bit of experimentation, but can't let that cloud your performance in the game. And let's put Sky down 1-0. See if they can turn it around, find a method that works here. And to hear you play in D1, you've seen plenty of looks. I mean, the strategy can evolve from player to player. It just ultimately depends on who you play. I mean, even happens down here. I mean, I found yesterday against Shadowhunter that I shouldn't have played as conservatively because they were finding ways to win, and they had the clutch genes. So it can be adaptive, can it not?
100%. You can see a whole bunch of different styles based on, the person and even just, who they're playing against. Sometimes you can change up your strategy based on, if you're doing any studying and pay-per-view of who you're playing. You can kind of make those adjustments as you go.
Right. Puzzledan goes for the green, back to the green on the wild, and they're both going to play with that color. After he makes a red switch, interesting for him to go back to green. Might have just had the one red to offload, potentially. Saw the opportunity. And a ditto now on the 9 from the basement to the top floor. And now Sky's going to make another move here. Triple play into yellow. First sight of yellow here in the early going. And Puzzledan taking a moment to think about this one. It's what Big Boss KT calls one of those think-stop moments. Definitely is. See what he wants to do with this revelation here.
And when you get into D1, those think-stop moments are quite important. You set your own pace.
Yeah, the pace management is a very big talking point across the league.
If you're playing someone like hockey, that's go, 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 go. You gotta think about what you're doing,
Don't we both know
because
it?
one wrong move, one wrong move is gonna put you in jeopardy.
Exactly. So Puzzledan after that moment drops 2 over to Sky. Keeps it yellow though. They double it up to 6. Puzzledan with a 2-card lead. Another moment here for Puzzledan. Taking his time.
You have to wonder if Sky really wants that 6. Played that 6 plus 2, 3 back to the 6. Gotta wonder if there's a color switch coming.
Potentially.
We haven't seen blue yet.
Oh,
Well, it spoke too soon.
look at
There's
you
our
two
first
here
blue.
being KT, speaking it into existence. We haven't seen blue. There it is. Classic. So into blue now.
Yes. My +4 generator must not work just for me, huh?
Oh, internet. Okay. No problem, man.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do.
The suspense is real.
+4, and we'll drop the 3. Little Clint play there. 1 down. There's my Outlook spoiling the stream again. Jesus. Why you gotta do this to me? It's the loudest freaking noise ever. 0 sugar
Double
switch from
0
Sky.
sugar.
Oh, wow. And Puzzledan has nothing to do on red. This Sky's got the momentum now. And still has a lead, but is stuck in the mud here.
That Sky with that blue switch. Let's see if
yeah.
that's what
On the
Puzzle
crazy
Dan
8s.
needs.
Puzzledan does like that. Interesting to make the switch here, especially when Puzzledan was stuck in the mud there, but Sky's going to play still from behind here. Oh, he doesn't have much on the blue either. So he looks like to be playing a 2-color game here. Continuing
That's
to
a
run
huge
it.
advantage for Sky here.
Yeah, now Sky's back in front. Oh, but Puzzledan with the green switch. And it goes for the crossover to yellow.
That's an undercut.
Big undercut. A little bit of a reset there, but still. It was a 2-color game for Puzzledan. Down to 4.
Possible rainbow on 4s coming.
Break open the Skittles? Question mark?
I could go for some Skittles right now.
I would love some Skittles if I had any.
Debating on another monster, not gonna lie.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Is that
It's just 8 Skittles. That's correct.
What?
Oh!
Ooh.
Interesting
So
there.
that's
Triple play.
+2, triple play.
Puts Sky back a couple. We can all see what this is. Puzzledan. Oh, I think I. Oh, I thought. Yeah, we all saw it. We all saw it.
We saw it.
We saw that they were both typing. That was intense right there.
A little bit of an oh snap moment there for both players.
Oh my goodness.
Looks like that wouldn't have been the winner anyway.
Oh, red switch. Very quick. This guy very quick on the switches. Seems like you see some players that more content to draw in situations like that, but this guy's making the run at it, not wasting any time here. Oh, Puzzledan doubles to check.
Last chance for Sky to respond here, or it could be game over.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
is this it?
Ooh.
Does Puzzledan have it? Oh no, it's into Draw City.
Doesn't
we go.
have it.
Oh,
And it draws on.
a little bit of an intense moment there, but
From check to Draw City.
I was thinking, like, for a second, I was thinking, oh my god. Well, that's not going to do much. For the second, I was thinking, like, maybe he didn't call Uno there because he was trying to bait the call out because he knew he wasn't going to win if it stayed yellow. But I think he just forgot.
that is a theory for sure.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, the door's open here now. But not a whole lot of options.
Important point, when you're up there in the echelons of D1, those so-called errors, 100% tactical.
Yeah.
You have zero room for error. What do we got here?
Is this about to be 2 plus 2s?
Wait.
Oh, no.
I see a red too.
Wait. What happened? Oh.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, let me.
You got him
you know what?
backwards. It looks like.
Well,
I
even
think.
if he did,
What
wait.
Oh,
Okay,
you
now.
can't
Oh
say
no,
that
this is
anymore?
confusing because of
No,
the
no,
GR. Yeah, well, let's just
no,
see what
no
happens.
card played. No card played.
Yeah, let's just see what happens here.
Yeah, I don't know how it didn't play it though. Like if he must not have the red too.
No, he doesn't have the red too. That's one thing. And then the second command just doesn't make sense.
I'm a little. My brain.
Hold on, I need to see what this is now. Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Wait, but he
Oh
didn't finish the
man.
game. Wait a minute.
So that's a
That's
Oh,
it.
never
plus
mind.
and for the
Oh.
win.
Oh
He
my
could have just ended it, but all right.
Takes the win, doubles up.
My
Insane.
goodness. Could have ended it. Yeah. That's.
He's just going for that epic slow roll. Wait for it.
No, you don't.
I mean,
you don't need. No, you could have chained all three and ended it.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. You wouldn't have needed it there. Callouts don't exist once the game ends. 2-0. My goodness. Yeah. Just trying to think
You
here.
do not expect that from a 15 seed, but
Yeah.
You know, sometimes those underdogs, you know,
Yeah.
don't underestimate them.
And there's plenty of new players in here, and we saw this in March last year. In D1, a lot of the new players. I mean, look at how many that were rookies in D1 are up in the higher echelon of players now, just because of how much they overperformed. Oh yeah, it's tough.
To repeat or not to repeat? That is a
To repeat.
question.
Yes, that is the question. Well then, Puzzledan goes up 2-0, and now he's going to be at home. Has the potential to close it out at home. That would be seismic if he were to sweep in his first game. We'll see what he wants on the table.
All right, yeah, game 3. Okay, yeah.
Goes with the OG. And there's a green one to start.
Another green start.
Yeah.
But this time it's in Puzzledan's court. Let's see what he does with it. He's going to keep it there.
Just go up a little higher to the 8.
Down to the basement. What we call a roller coaster right now.
There you go. And just a really messed up elevator. Really broken elevator.
Elevator's going right back up.
A little bit slower this time,
Level
a
up
little bit
floor.
less whiplash. Oh, now it went sideways into the yellow tower. And it goes up a floor. You can just start doing like, oh, up it goes, three floors. Up it
We got a
goes.
3D elevator.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that all game. That's gonna piss people off. Yeah, up a few floors in the yellow. Oh boy.
Another think stop moment here.
Yeah, a little
We're gonna
bit.
see what Sky does with this.
+4 to
Ooh.
check into green.
Back to green. Still no blue. Still no red. That's big.
Puzzledan sent back to the OG start. Puzzledan respond, nothing. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Nothing there.
Does Sky have it?
Is that gonna be
And
over?
oh, number of fish
Oh!
for the win. 2-1.
That's a way to get it back.
Yeah. Sky noticed a little bit less of the color switching there. Was that an adjustment you felt you had to make to pull it out? I mean, obviously you had a little bit of help with the deck there, and it's an OG start. Just thoughts on getting on the board. Not going out easy. Yep. Puzzledan, I mean, I don't know what you could have done. I mean, little to go off of. I mean, maybe the yellow switch, but I mean, they had the +4 to back it up. It seems like yellow would have. I mean, it would have just gone to yellow. It just would have been a little bit quicker. Oh yeah, that's just yeah. You didn't really need to switch. I mean, Puzzledan, the one switch you needed, really. Yeah, you didn't have a connection on the 5. I mean, you had everything in front of you. You just had to make sure that number of fish went. Yeah, I really don't got anything on that. That's how it can be sometimes in the 7 card, as opposed to like a 15 card to appear. Just sometimes everything's put in front of you, and you can just go for it.
Sometimes you just gotta take plan A, run with it, and hope it works.
Yeah,
You know, other times you don't even have that.
Yeah, Puzzledan
And
basically
honestly,
committed to gave the plan A to Sky. Really, that yellow switch was all that they needed to get the job done.
just kind of opened up that door and ran with it.
Yep. All right, Yoshi, game 4.
Yeah, Puzzledan, how many cards? Just can't be 12.
Just keeps finding caffeine everywhere. We're gonna go up to 10 now.
Unfortunately, I do not have a 5-hour energy, so please let's keep this under 2. Thank you.
Let's start with the blue
5
8.
hours straight. Let's go.
I have energy drinks. They're just not in the fridge. I don't need one. That's understandable. Puzzle did quickly for the switch. Caffeine is needed, absolutely.
It's like a middle road energy. Hint, hint.
Hint, hint. DrinkMineralRoadEnergy.com. I would do
Link in
the
bio.
whole promo, but I don't have KT here. You can do it better than me. Right. It's the quick yellow switch, and they're both playing into it so far. Hey, he's got to start distributing it, man. What the hell?
It's on word of mouth right now.
Yeah, it's only word of mouth. I never knew about its existence until I entered this league. I just sent an email. Sure, we'll get back to you.
Contact Circle K immediately.
Contact everyone.
Still going mellow yellow here. Back to the 1 now.
Oh, yellow. I see what you did there. I haven't been to racetrack.
Zero sugar, Circle K. We're going kind of like flip flop here. 1 4 1 4.
Yeah, we're doing
0.
a little, doing a little like dance around. I don't know.
And now we got
they're
Draw
both
City.
locked on the yellow zero sugar. The mellow yellow zero sugar. Very good.
Draw City on 0 sugar.
Ooh.
Ooh, uh-huh. This guy finds a way out with that green wild. Ooh.
Ooh, green. There we go. Top floor. If we consider
Mean
0
green.
the basement, 1 the ground floor, 9 the top floor, what do we consider the wild? Perils of
Stratosphere.
broadcasting cliches.
There you go. Both players tied at 5 cards each.
Very good.
Got that Ditto on a
Puzzledan's
7.
got the PA here. Possession arrow. Means stay muted. Understandable. Take some serious focus in this league. And Puzzledan out on the green. Can Sky keep going?
Ditto sandwich. Green. What else are you going to have with your Diet Zero Sugar?
Exactly. Oh, we got trips 5 there. Or a quad 5. No, trips 5. And we're going to stay in yellow. It's after the undercut, Sky doesn't have the response.
still out. And now we're entering Draw City once again, population 2.
Population dose.
Yeah, I think that yellow 5 was clutch from Puzzledan. Because otherwise, maybe Sky would have finished on red.
See, a lot of Uno is not necessarily just how to win, it's how do you stop your opponent from winning.
Exactly.
And that's a lot of, sometimes you get those KT classics, right?
Exactly.
You go right to that, even if it's a wild, anything, if you're in check or anything like that, get out of it immediately.
Right. So Sky leaves the reverse door open, and Puzzledan uses it, and Puzzledan uses it as a means to get to blue.
That 5-hour energy is now 90-minute energy.
The draw 2 there, Sky.
And a couple
Puts
extra
them
freshies.
ahead now. Down to 3. It's a 3-card lead. And this is going to end up being the longest series of the round so far. I mean, we've had whole series finish in the time it took these two to get 2 games in. Very different change of pace from what we've seen so far in the first round of D2.
Back into yellow. Interesting. Recall, Sky didn't really have any yellow. I don't know that they picked one up either. And they did not. So that's going to be another draw for Sky.
Puzzledan trying to take advantage back, and it's kind of just been a game of who can keep it going with the momentum, because it seems like they've been stalling out with just a few cards left each time. It's very interesting.
Ooh, Sky's out of red too. That might be a 2-color game.
Potentially. But can Puzzledan pull through here? It's the question. Not a whole lot on red we've seen, just a couple. At 3, 1 of 2 cards played, and he just has the +2 and the door's open. And Sky will close it with 4 off the top.
That could have been a top deck +2. That would have spelled trouble, I think. There's that wild into green. We haven't seen a lot of green lately. We're 4 and 4 right now. Let's see what happens.
Well,
Single one from Puzzledan and a double play from Sky.
she look in that thread that I can do that time that he's suggesting. Sky puts down for check. Works for me if it works for you, Yoshi. We can do that time. So Sky at check. Does Puzzledan have?
Ooh. 1 to 1. Who's gonna blink first?
My goodness. Does Sky have the answer to even the series at 2, make it a best of 3? Oh no. Does Puzzledan have it? Yes!
And
3 to 1.
Wow. Because you had to think we didn't see green for quite a while there.
Yeah.
Ooh, ouch. There's that yellow out.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
It's definitely
green first.
It's definitely a sense of both of them wanted it, and it was just a mad rush to the finish. So you could say that +2 open door for Puzzledan looks to have been the difference for him there, because Sky was ahead. Yeah.
All green. That's crazy.
Yeah, both of you thoughts on that finish. Puzzledan, it looks like that +2 open door was that was the key to putting you ahead and giving yourself the advantage. I mean, of course it was Sky who had the first shot at it, but they didn't have anything. Yeah, we can do 915 if Pox can. I'm good with that. Yeah, it was what I needed. Yep, exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Sky had white. Oh, that's tough, man. So 30 minutes even as well on the series.
It's a sign.
It's a nicely round number. All right. Well, Sky's gonna have one last chance here to pull it out. Both players still have the power play as well. That's a notable thing to think about here as we head for game number 5.
Yeah, no, like literally that. Puzzledan could have picked the wrong color. No, could have picked the wrong card, and then Sky gets the win. So just being able to pick the right card there, if using the history is good for those situations like that, but I don't really know if either of these guys are using that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
But
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, Sky game 5 call. You just can't pick 7.
Looks like if Sky wins on 8, that'll lock it out for the rest of the series.
Yep. Well, no, this is MCSR, so
Okay.
so they just have to win. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, no problem. All right, game number 5 is on, and Sky having to use a wild doesn't seem to
Wow.
be very happy about it.
Now you gotta wonder, Puzzledan probably has some yellow, so he'll probably need to find a way to get back to that.
Yeah, if
Well,
Puzzledan
for
has
now
any
we're gonna
yellow,
go to
that's where you want to
green.
finish. Probably go to green. But yeah, that's where you'd want to finish if you were Puzzledan. You'll have all the runway in the world to get to yellow. Sky still hasn't drawn. He may be out of it as well.
And if you're Sky, you gotta think, how am I gonna get out of yellow? Keep out of yellow as much as you can. Whether that's, color efficiency or what.
Exactly.
Staying around that mid-tier green, 5, 6, 7. And a 4. Somewhat of a small straight right there. 4, 5, 6, 7. And Puzzledan runs out. Switch to red. On a 4, let's see, short, is that a Pandora's yet?
Um. Yeah, that
Because we
would
didn't
be.
really play on yellow.
That would be.
Oh,
I
okay,
mean, we've seen yellow, so I
sure.
I would give it to him. Yeah, the +2 off the red switch. Puzzledan with the PA now. Anyone's game though. And both at 3, it seems to be a race to the end, and each and every game to appear. It's been neck and neck, and the score, I mean, on the scoreboard definitely doesn't do it nearly as much justice.
It has been very close for sure. One wrong move, I think it could shift either way. So I'm thinking that's going to set the stage for game 6 and 7.
That is if Puzzledan doesn't lock it up here. See, though. Sky runs out. Puzzledan down to 2. Potential to lock this up in 5.
Yeah, this would be game finish.
It would be. Trying to pull a little bit of... Oh, the power play.
There it is.
Yeah, it's just Uno PP.
I
You
think
don't have
this
to put
is game
Uno
over.
PP, but it did the job. And I think Puzzledan is going to win it. And there you go.
There you go.
And the number of fish on the 1 again. And Puzzledan advances on the power play in 5 games. Remarkable.
Best way to do that. You can't take that power play with you.
No. God. Dude, I ain't saying I'm trying to retire, and I lost like that yesterday. Like, come on, man. I lost at 5 yesterday. I ain't retiring. You
To be fair, you can retire for like 3 weeks and you're back.
Yeah, if you want to call it that. Yeah. No. Sky, I'll give it to you. You definitely played well. It's just that Puzzledan seemed to have your number there. I lost first game last year too. It's the same thing. I still was like 2 wins away from the chip, so you just gotta pick it up and go back. But Puzzledan, congrats on the win. Thoughts on getting your first career win in upset fashion, and you have your opponent. You'll be playing Nathan next round, so thoughts on that as well. Let me know. Gonna update my stuff here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a battle of someone who might not want to be here, and
someone who definitely wants to be here. Someone who has made it clear that they want to be here. Puzzledan.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming out to plenty of league events. We always appreciate that. Everyone's welcome to. Seeing plenty of VCs over the off season and Super League as well. But wins it 4-1. The bracket is coming here in moments. Let's say.
I understand not wanting to use the power play there. I think if you were gonna draw anyway, like it's like why would you use it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was in a similar situation against Shadowhunter yesterday. Like, I realized I probably should have been more less conservative on the power play, because they had the clutch genes. Like, seriously, I was 1 turn away 3 times, and not just like having 1 card. I had the win in hand, but I had the rug pulled out every time. So I understand the pain.
I hate when that happens too.
I know.
I've had more than my share of burns on power plays.
Exactly. Folder.
Needed blue. Oh man, yeah.
Oh.
And that's how it is sometimes. You just can't get to that color you need. You could go half the game and you're still waiting for whether it be red or blue or something, yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you both
So
leave
just
some quotes
unfortunate.
as well, please.
Yeah, the quotes.
Yeah, make sure you both leave quotes. Would be highly appreciated.
Puzzledan says, I'm glad to have the win. Got the win. Sky was great to play you. Facing Nathan, someone I know from many servers, so I'm looking forward to that matchup. Props to Sky for the game. Glad for the game. GG. Yeah, that's pretty much sums it up.
It was a good game, and the score doesn't do it justice. They were all down to the wire type games to appear, and it's tough to see Sky go out that way, but you got plenty more opportunities along the way for sure.
100%. And that's a testament to the skill as well. Even if the shoe's on the other foot, you can still keep advancing 4-1. even if it's 4-3, get down to that game 7. There's still a lot of time left to make your mark.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself. That's the mindset I've been in as well because of, I mean, back-to-back years now I've lost in my first match. Last year I got a DQ win, but then lost in 9 minutes to hockey. That's hockey fashion. 9-minute 5-game series. But yeah,
Ah, come on, 9 minutes, too long.
too long.
30 seconds. Let's
30
go.
seconds. Yes. I agree. Oh, good. That wasn't it. Just trying to get my things going here. There we go.
Yeah, I'm curious how Puzzledan will do against Nathan. I feel like, regardless of Nathan's motivation, he's gonna try. He's gonna try his best to
Yes.
win. We saw that against Cody G. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I think Puzzledan beating Sky is a pretty impressive task. So maybe he could take out Nathan too. It's
Yeah.
that we'll have to see.
Definitely possibility.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't seen Puzzledan all too much except from UUL sometimes. So I don't know how often he does win. It does feel like it does feel like a pretty good win to get here to start things off for sure.
Yeah. All right. You see your bracket top left. It is going to be Puzzledan versus Nathan. We have our first round 2 matchup set. Emmy and Meme will be coming up Wednesday afternoon. And then Princeton Ridley still trying to work out that game as well. We'd also like to let you know about what's coming up tomorrow in D1 as well. We're oversold. It's a 6-pack. Starting on stream at 11 with Peter and Arya, 2 OGs of the league. Arya coming back after a year off, and then 5 stream games starting at 12:30 with Crikey Man, Toaster Guy, Nightwalker. Nightwalker brought up from D2 after some extenuating circumstances. Wasn't originally promoted, but then ended up coming up because of a few players dropping. Many situations, unfortunately. And then Tapir will get his debut as a 1 seed against James Ellison at 4:30. And then in the evening, we'll have Brock and Jenna. Jenna, another promoter from D2. Brock, Super League player. All the Super League players are on stream. That'll be at 7. And then at 9, JT versus Leah. Leah, in a similar situation from last season, gave the then 1 seed defending world champ Yepes a run for his money. And Leah looking to try and do the same thing as the 16 seed. Didn't quite win like the likes of ALP, but definitely has a shot. And then, of course, at 11, me and Tapir will be with you for Bad Brad and Zach, the logo legend.
Bad Brad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. At 11 Eastern, way after dark. And we have an oversold day in D1 with 6 games on the slate. And we are excited to bring those to you. Now we look at the D2 schedule. And I just mentioned that we are gonna we were gonna have a game here in about an hour or so. We've just received word that we are gonna be moving that to later in the evening. Pox and Bob Ross are gonna be moving the game to about 9:15. We expect. We're still making sure Bob Ross is good for that, but he said after 9 should be good, so we'll be doing that. There we go. Save this while I got it. Give me 1 moment. So, let me pull the schedule up for you all. And why did it do that? My graphics are being funky.
You got to think perfect way to start out both divisions is a jam pack.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so here's your look at the D2 schedule. So you see Puzzledan has the win 4-1, and then Pox and Bob Ross, we will be streaming that at 9:15 Eastern, rescheduled from 5:30, so please be sure to join us. And then, of course, now our next game of the day will be at 6 between Scars and Terror for the right to play in the round of 64 against Amazing Pikachu. So, again, the bobsled play-in is going to be the next game. Of course, mentioned earlier, Lucas and Babel still working on a time to play that. Unfortunately, couldn't play this morning. But we will be back at 9:15 for Pox and Bob Ross on stream. The play-in for Scars and Terror will be coming up at 6 o'clock. So thank you to Yoshi for reffing. Thank you to Sky and Puzzledan for some great Uno action, of course. We appreciate them both. And thank you all for joining us for our first stream of the season. We are going to have a lot more coming. We have one more today, and we're going to have a couple on Wednesday in D2, and of course, 5 straight in D1 tomorrow. So make sure you tune into all the exciting Uno action. Thank you to Japir. Great stuff on your first one. Can't wait to see you tomorrow night after dark. Should be fun. But for everyone here at MRE UNO, I am not short. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you again at 9:15 here in D2 for our second stream game of the day. Thank you for joining us. Congrats to Puzzledan on the win.